Good morning. Today on Spotlight, we continue our interviews with the candidates who are on the primary ballot seeking to become Detroit's next mayor. Our guests, businessman Joel Hashim and attorney Todd Perkins. There's a lot to discuss, so let's jump right in and get started. It's Sunday, July the 6th. I'm Chuck Stokes, and this is Spotlight. On your website and on your campaign literature, it says 21st century common sense leadership. Why that particular slogan? That kind of suggests that maybe we haven't had common sense leadership in Detroit before?
Well, clearly Detroit has been stagnant in the community, in the neighborhoods. We've been stagnant on a lot of city services. We've been stagnant in education. So even though we see the rebirth of downtown Detroit, we look at everything else and we see stagnation. We need to diverse our economy here in Detroit to improve the quality of life for the people.
How will you approach it coming from a business background?
So I would approach it in a business manner, and that's why I called for a business audit or forensic audit for each department in the city of Detroit, because we need to cut the fat out that budget.
You believe there's a lot of fat in the budget, and do you believe that it's maybe not being fiscally run in a good way now?
Well,
you just want to make it more efficient?
I want to make it more efficient, number one, because we have a lot of problems and situations, and we need to utilize every dollar intelligently. At the same time, we know that money has been missing out of city departments.
What do our neighborhoods need most, and under your leadership, what would be done differently than perhaps is being done today?
I think the most important thing, of course, is safety. People need to feel safe. Neighborhoods need safe centers / empowerment zones where we would have a mini city hall, mini police station, first responders, mental health for each area of the city. So, and then they need access to shopping and diverse businesses so that they can shop, not have to necessarily go to the suburbs or other areas to get things that they need.
When you look at that and you try to apply that to the neighborhoods in terms of development, how will you increase development that may or may not be going on to the level that you want?
The most important thing is to make sure we build a foundation for the neighborhoods to have community empowerment. And now when you talk in terms of housing, what needs to take place there, we want to introduce a new industry in Detroit, which is housing, manufacturing housing, mass production, quality homes, on-site building, but utilizing a factory to press out those parts, the ABCs, to put that home together.
Mr. Hashim, will this be affordable housing so that young people who are trying to get a start can get their first home and not feel as though they've got to mortgage everything in their life to be able to do it? Because they may be coming out of school with tremendous financial debt just from getting their education and loans.
Yes, sir. My 23 years in the building concept industry has given me what Detroit needs, in that when Detroit has their own manufacturing facility, we have so many industrial buildings that are eyesores, and we can convert those into manufacturing facilities. We introduce a mortgage of 35 to 50 years old to make sure that the homes are affordable for everyone that wants a home. Detroit needs approximately 400 residents to bring it back to the 1.1 million or 1.2 million.
Right, continue the population
So
growth.
when you calculate that, you're looking at billions of dollars here, a lot of which can go into the black community and all communities in Detroit. We actually have a one-time opportunity looking at the total real estate development. Detroit factories would be working for 50 years. The auto plants and some service industries, et cetera, they pretty much seed this whole Detroit metro area. So now we would be addressing the issue of economic empowerment for the residents of the city of Detroit.
We'll come right back with some more questions right after this. Welcome back to Spotlight, talking to Joel Hassim. He is a candidate for Detroit mayor. We appreciate you coming in. You have 9 children, 18 grandchildren. First of all, congratulations.
Yes, sir.
Some will say, with the success you've had in your life, in business and family, why in the world at this stage of your life would you want to take on a job like this, which is 24/7 and a whole lot of egos out there that you'd have to be dealing with?
Yes, sir. You know, I'm a legendary Detroiter, and I know the spirit of Detroit growing up, the culture, and I see our youth not having those same opportunities to grow, to empower themselves to, for ownership. Primarily we see so many other people are building and doing great things in our city. And here we're looking at situations where the community has been beat down, they've been suffering, high poverty rate, educational system dysfunctional. We have a lot of problems in Detroit. And so when I look at not only my grandchildren, but it takes a village to raise a child. So all these children belong to us. So before I cross over, I'm looking at, well, Detroit needs my skills. I have them. The housing is a big issue. There's no other candidate that have those skills and that understanding how to mass produce housing and bring back the population here in the city of Detroit. Detroit's an international city, yet we have no international businesses. So there are so many things that I see that I can do for the city of Detroit to improve the quality of life for the seniors, for our children, for our grandchildren's future.
Or what kind of relationship would you want to have with the education system, particularly the Detroit Public Schools Community District, of which you're a product?
Yes, sir.
Because that's not something that's really under your domain as mayor. Do you see a major change? Is that an area in which you really want to take leadership in, or we say, let's have hands off that, but there is another role we can play?
Well, I think there's another role we can play. As mayor, we should be bringing in international companies and other domestic companies into Detroit so that we can build that diverse economy to make sure we can address the unemployment, the poverty, moving people out of poverty into the middle class. So the educational system is very important for Detroit. So not only will I advocate, but I will demand, but I would also look to see how we can partner with Detroit Public Schools as well as the private schools and charter schools in the city of Detroit, because all these children are ours. And today, the technological companies and all these other types of manufacturing companies can come into Detroit, but you have to have the workforce. Our children have to be able to read, write, and do simple math.
Two final questions. Faith has been important in your life. What role do you see faith playing in the rebuilding of the city that you've talked about earlier in this interview?
I think we need to sit down together, work out how we need to approach this situation, because with all the faith-based groups we have, with all of the other advocates and organizations and nonprofits that are operating to improve the quality of life for Detroit residents, we're still failing.
But you believe in this race, you're the best candidate.
I'm that person who has the most skill, knowledge and information and understanding about what is needed here in the city of Detroit.
Joe Hushing, thanks so much for coming in and sharing your thoughts. Good luck on the campaign, Joe.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. It's our pleasure. And when Spotlight returns, we'll sit down with Detroit attorney Todd Perkins. Stay with us. The people's voice, clear choice. Why are you feel you're the people's choice? And does that denote that you're not the big money people's choice?
Well, it's also Perkins for the people is on our slogans also, but that's one of the people's voice really, you gotta understand, has a history behind it. It followed my lawsuit for supporting Black Lives Matter. It also followed my push for reparations in the city of Detroit. And so that was the organization that we started because the people need a voice. I do believe that there are others that more fit into the pocket and what they're looking for as far as, some could argue, and that's not what I'm going to here to argue about, but some could argue that status quo is what people want to maintain. What I envision is something that brings everyone together, that no Detroiters left behind, because objectively, empirically, we know that Detroiters in masses have been left behind.
So what, if elected by the people?
When?
Okay, when elected by the people, what will your priorities be? What will be the top two or three things that you want to see done under a Todd Perkins administration?
And it's 4 things, really. And I think the candidates say it, but can they produce it? I'm the only one that can really produce it, and that's why I'm in the race. It's public safety. You can't you can't build a city and grow a city if people don't feel safe. Second, it's education. It's absolutely important that we have increases and improvements in our education and that we can compete on a national level, let alone a state level. Affordable, and then the other 2 are really intertwined together. You got affordable housing, but I look at all housing and economic development. But that economic development, all those things have to touch every aspect and every fiber and sinew of our society, and particularly those who feel that they've been left behind.
What will you do different in terms of education? Because technically, mayor is not over our public school education system.
Right.
You can have a relationship, but they don't pick the superintendent and they don't set the curriculum and the agenda of what the kids are learning. And is that something that you feel you really understand and can do? Your own personal background is you come out of University of Detroit Jesuit High School.
Correct.
Great school, great reputation.
Best school
then went on to Dartmouth, great Ivy League school, Ivy League education. Some critics may say, well, you didn't come through a public school system. Do you understand what the public school system really needs?
Isn't that kind of crazy for them to say that I don't understand, and yet I got a better education than all of them? So first and foremost, I do understand because I've grown up with the individuals who did go to school, and I've seen the disparities in which they suffered under. So to have the intentionality and to have the focus, so to say that we don't pick the superintendent doesn't mean we can't lead the charge. One of the first calls I make after November 4th, and being elected, one of the first calls I make is to the superintendent, is to the people, to the directors of the charter school system, because you cannot also, just as well as you can't make a city, you have to make a city safe, you have to make it a place where kids can get education so that parents will bring their young people here and put them in and trust, and again, trust our school system that they're gonna educate them the same way that I was educated at U of D High School.
All right, we need to take a quick little break. When we come back, I want to talk to you about something that all the candidates say they want to improve, and that's neighborhoods, and how do you do it? We'll be right back. Stay with us. What will you do different than maybe what the current administration is doing for neighborhoods, or would you continue on the same path that they're doing? And does it have to be neighborhood versus business, economic development? Can't we have both?
I absolutely believe we can have both, but I just don't think that some want to share. Because, you know, when you go downtown and you look at downtown, every corner has a police officer on it. And I get it. I understand it. We want people to feel safe downtown. But we need to have that kind of intentionality as to how we go to the areas around our city that have been most deprived and most lacking. And, you know, it's really a culture change too. So there has to be, you know, but you also can't have a one-size-fits-all policing for our community. You know, you could agree that 6 Mile and Gratiot is going to be policed differently than Sherwood Forest. I don't think that administration has talked to the officers who are the boots on the ground. They have an introspective that has really been neglected. And so we're losing, you know, my brother, my younger brother's a judge at 36th District Court, but he worked at Ford. On the floor at Ford, they always have a suggestion box. And the people put those suggestions, and you know, when they take up those suggestions, Ford compensates you for that. But I'm not saying necessarily the compensation aspect, but what I'm saying is going to them and asking them, what do you think is best? Because I'm going to go to the neighborhoods and I'm going to ask the neighborhoods to be a part of our redesign of our community. And so that's what people don't seem to understand. And one, I have the skill set and I have the desire and I have the know-how to put all those things together, and no one else does.
You mentioned housing. Detroit has some of the greatest housing stock in the nation. The question becomes, can you make this housing affordable, particularly for our young people and seniors?
And I got a young son who's at Howard. My concern is when he gets his degree, is Detroit going to be a place where he wants to come back and make it in his home? I certainly pray that it is, and that's why I'm here. One of the reasons why I'm here is to create a Detroit that Detroiters who have the opportunity to go other places opt to come here and choose to come back to this home and bring other people too. So what we have to do is we have to have a Detroit first mentality. That's been lost. You know, it's written in paper and all these other things, but when you see only 25% of the contracting going to African-American contractors or Detroit contractors, that's abysmal. That to me is saying something that it speaks volumes about what the intentionality or what the focus of the current administration has been. They've done a lot of things. And you know, I'm not here, you never build yourself up by tearing anyone else down. But you take what the good that's been done and you continue to build on that. And that's what I'm here to do. But again, you have to make sure that the economic opportunity is here and it's not just in words, because those who are saying and promising it, they've had an opportunity to do it for quite some time. And now to say just because I want an elevation or a promotion, I'm going to do it now, you can't trust that. But trust that I've always fought for economic opportunities, for parity in our community, and for a voice for all those people.
You have not been someone who's been in political office and have built years of career.
I have not been at the government trough.
All right. Do you think you fully understand what it takes to run a city, and could you come in hitting the ground running, or do you feel as though there's going to be a huge learning curve in a city that many people say is on the move and can't afford someone learning on the job?
Let me show you something about mainstream media, where the Detroit Free Press talks about the wealth of knowledge that I have, not only legally, administratively, and financially. And yet I've been city attorney in Highland Park. I'm the current city attorney in Inkster. I'm the attorney for Detroit City Council. So to say that is preposterous. It's oxymoronic. You know, to go ahead and say those things, and I know you're not necessarily saying it, but for that mainstream people out there that are saying it, I'm letting them know you all are making a mistake, because I speak for the people and the people are going to speak for me. Here's one thing that I think that many people have really bought into what I say, other candidates, because I was the first to say this. One is that you need a full-scale audit, forensic audit of all the finances and all the departments in Detroit, so you understand how these things are working, because the only person that really knows is Mayor Duggan. That's it. You know, the people in council, all they've done is follow the plan. They had an agreement to follow the plan of Duggan. So to say that they have led a charge, that's inaccurate.
Is that to suggest that they've just rubber stamped?
They've acknowledged that. They've acknowledged that we came in with an agreement to follow his plan. I mean, don't get me wrong, there have been differences along the way and things like that, but for the most part, this has been Duggan's plan. So to adopt what's happened in the city of Detroit it's a fallacy.
Two quick final questions. Running for political office on any level can be grueling.
Yes.
What have you learned from being in this campaign that you didn't know going into it?
I didn't know how much people were thirsting for leadership. I didn't know how much people felt a lack of hope. And that's what I want to give them is hope. I didn't recognize this. I deal with the everyday person every day because I'm an everyday guy. And I did not realize the despair. And some people have just given up. Look at in 2000 to 2020, 295,000 black people left the city of Detroit. Maybe 70 or 80,000 under Duggan's reign. And, you know, no one's asking the question of why they left. What are we going to do to bring them back? You know, and that's the problem that I see. And so,
well, his argument is going to be that the city has grown up under his administration.
But who's grown? The demographic of who grown, it's shame on you to just use that and not apply the standard of what is at stake here. We've lost it, and are you trying to lose our identity? That's what, you know, because who has grown the city? You know, that's another topic that we don't have time for to talk about here. But, it's, you know, we can't just say, you know, and then it's arguable. Is it 1,500, 5,000, is it 15,000? They don't really know. Again, we do know that we've stopped the bleeding. You know, I'll give them that. Again, I'm here to give people their flowers, not to knock them.
Final thing, you are used to going into a courtroom and arguing before a jury. Mm-hmm. The biggest jury you're going to have are the people out there watching this program mm-hmm. and the voters of the city. Right. Take 30 seconds, real quick 30 seconds, and make your closing argument on why they should vote for you versus the other candidates. Well, look at either one of those candidates. City
of Detroit, my name is Todd Perkins. I'm asking for your support on August 5th, and then I'm going to come back and ask for your support on November 4th to be your mayor of the city of Detroit. You look at my background and the service to my community and to our community, and it's unparalleled from any other candidates who announce themselves and ask for your vote. What I will show you is leadership. It's true leadership. It's doing those things that will be difficult, but along the way, we will do it together. And that's something that I can promise to you. And again, Todd Perkins is the voice for the people, by the people, and with purpose for the people. And that's what I've done. And I intend to bring us that progress that we so sorely need, and we'll do it together. And I have Detroit first mentality that no Detroiters left behind. I know you've heard that in the past, but understand, check my record, ask the neighborhoods, and ask the people, and ask your friends. I'm here for you.
Thanks to my guest today. It's a crowded field, and we'll introduce you to more candidates in the weeks to come. I'm Chuck Stokes. Have a great week.